Speaker, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Speaker, I have reported regularly on the challenges we are facing with garbage collection and the steps we continually take to address them. So let me begin by thanking the vast majority of our residents who have adapted to the new collection regime. To briefly recap, 18 months ago we experienced issues with the unreliability of collection, the number of vehicles in service, exorbitant overtime, injuries to staff, the abuse of workers, and general dissatisfaction with service delivery levels. Mr. Speaker, as an example, a section that should have 54 staff and 19 serviceable vehicles had on average 40 staff and 9 working vehicles. There was also a significant gap in the communication chain both internally as well as publicly. We have implemented new protocols to mitigate against this happening again and work through those issues with our staff along with our union partners. I believe we now have open lines of communication flowing both ways that has contributed to a better working environment and improved morale. Mr. Speaker, a lot has happened in a year. Locals and residents alike have in the main adapted magnificently to the once-a-week collection, and the refrain I have heard most often is that people are pleased with the reliability of collection. Opening hours of the public drop-off were extended to make it more convenient to use the facility, and we have seen a significant increase in the amount of garbage disposed there. Attached is a graph comparing 2017 to 2018 volumes. Overtime costs have been cut by more than half, from $1.2 million to $320,000. The number of injuries are down significantly. The number of vehicle accidents are also down, and the work-life balance of staff has improved since they no longer regularly work into the evening hours. Mr. Speaker, you may recall that we decided a year ago to purchase 5 new garbage trucks, and included in the team to select them was a driver and sanitation worker. I am pleased to report that the new trucks arrived on island last month at a cost of approximately $140,000 each. All 5 trucks have been licensed by TCD, 4 suffered minor damage during offloading, and 1 had a minor electrical problem which was addressed by the supplier's representatives who were on island this week to commission the vehicles. Mr. Speaker, as the new vehicles have some enhanced and additional operational features, Marsh Folly staff participated in training this week to familiarize themselves with the new vehicles, and 1 was used for the Tuesday collection. It was reported that the operators were enthusiastic and asked relevant questions during the training session. Both the operators and drivers will receive training certificates to show they have successfully completed the training to operate the vehicles safely. It is very encouraging to note that the drivers are not driving the vehicles in areas where there is restricted access, but reporting such cases to their superintendents so that those areas can be serviced using the smaller vehicles. Realistically, we anticipate them all being placed into service next week. Mr. Speaker, concurrently, we will be installing a new wash station at Marsh Folly to ensure the new trucks can be maintained in pristine condition. Following meetings with the senior management team to review collection data, staff survey results, operational efficiencies and savings, I can now advise that I have decided that once-a-week collection will become a permanent feature of the Bermuda landscape. Mr. Speaker, the aim always is to rid the country of garbage in a healthy and safe manner, manage the expectations of the public by not falsely promising what we cannot deliver. Let me now set out what additional measures we will take to assist the Bermudian public in managing this new reality. A consistent complaint during this period has been from those areas that utilize the very large gray bins in communal disposal areas, as we have experienced a regular shortage of the bin lift trucks. As a result, we have utilized private sector contractors and Corporation of Hamilton trucks to assist us on weekends to address this deficiency. The 5 new trucks all have that capability, and it is our expectation we will now be able to collect that waste on the day it is scheduled without the need for outside contractors. All of us can help in that regard, however, by reducing the incredible amount of waste we generate by recycling and composting food waste. I know that our education officer would wish that I recommend to all of us that consideration be given to composting, which is a painless way of helping the environment, as well as successfully disposing of food waste without running the risk of attracting feral chickens, cats, or vermin to your trash. Of course, it is made considerably easier if you purchase a composting bin from any of the local hardware stores, or the best type can be purchased from the Ministry of Public Works headquarters. Mr. Speaker, in this vein as well, the Ministry has purchased 395-gallon wheelie bins. They arrived on island this week, to be followed shortly thereafter by a similar number of 48-gallon recycling bins. These will be packing trash bags. There are a number of additional actions that we, the general public, can take to make things better. Cut back trees along private roads, as this causes damage to vehicles, smashed windscreens and mirrors. Do not place garbage out before the collection day. Do not place too much garbage in a bag that one man cannot carry. Do not place dangerous or prohibited items in garbage. Do not place garbage in paper bags or cardboard boxes, and do not put out recyclables on non-collection days. Mr. Speaker, there has been general acceptance of the once-a-week schedule, with a small minority of people ignoring the rules. We are determined to address this bad behavior by encouraging our workers to take pictures of any infractions, report it to their managers so that we can take the appropriate action. Our workers will not collect trash that is strewn all over the road because of someone's bad behavior. They will not drive up a road that does not have a clear path to gain access and either injure themselves or damage the vehicle. We will enforce the rules and address directly those who insist on flouting the law and not taking pride in their own neighborhoods. Mr. Speaker, we as a people, all of us, must do better. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind the general public to be more aware of what they put in their trash, and always remember that the collection is carried out by hard-working staff who take pride in their work and deserve our thanks and respect. Mr. Speaker, let me end where I began, by thanking the general public for adapting to this new collection schedule, and also thank those workers in waste management who do an outstanding job in collecting our waste under some of the most trying circumstances. I encourage members of the public to express their thanks directly to those workers who so efficiently collect our garbage every week. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.